I've got a question for you. Why can I not tell if a car is moving or not? So I can't see that there's people in cars. For me, cars are just like things on the road that drive themselves. So I know that people who have normal vision can see people in cars, but even then, I still don't know if a car is moving or if it's still. Why is that?
Yeah, that's really interesting. So do you notice that when a car's a little way away from you, or is it when it's straight on from you rather than sideways? Is there any more detail?
Either or, both.
Either or both. So, I mean, I think there's a few things here probably. One thing is that when you have nystagmus, so when eyes that move, for you to not appreciate the world moving, bear in mind your eyes are moving. If you think about it, your brain should see everything wiggling the whole time, right? But it rarely does. So that means that your brain is doing something very clever to stabilise, or it's taking a photo, gap, taking a photo, gap, taking a photo. And there's lots of research on this, and we don't exactly know which one of those things it is, to be honest. But it makes some sense that if your eyes are moving but you see the world still, probably a moving target, you won't see it as smoothly moving. You maybe see it here, then see it here, and there'll be gaps. So appreciating movement and direction is definitely going to be more difficult. And that's true of anyone with nystagmus, actually. So that's one thing in albinism. Then when you couple that with reduced vision, so ability to actually resolve things, so visual acuity, and potentially having one eye switched off at one time because of loss of stereo vision, which you often don't have in albinism. If you combine those things, it makes complicated visual scenes and moving targets particularly quite difficult to see and appreciate. So I would guess that if there was a car literally a couple of meters in front of you moving right to left, you'd probably work out that that was moving. But as soon as it's a bit further away, or if it's coming directly at you, that's much harder, because when it's coming directly at you, it's just getting slightly bigger, which is really hard to appreciate. So I suspect there's some nuance in there, but it'd be a combination of those things. Does that fit with what you noticed?
Yeah, I mean, some of it is contextual. Like, I know, because I know how the world works, that, you know, I can't tell that that a car is getting closer because it's moving, but I know that if something is getting bigger, then it means that it's getting closer, rather than I can't actually see that that's what's happening. So yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense, doesn't it? Because I guess when you don't have albinism, you've got all these other clever little mechanisms as well. But then for people with albinism or without albinism, you've got other little clues like what you just said. And also there's subliminal things, such as, you know, if it's in front of you and it's moving and there's a red light on, it's probably more likely to be going backwards than forwards. Do you know what I mean? All these things you don't necessarily think about in the moment. But this all combines into what you appreciate as movement, isn't it? Yeah, it's interesting.
If you've got anything else you want us to discuss or any burning questions you want us to answer, then please put it in the comments below.
And if you could press some of those buttons at the bottom, the heart ones, the thumb ones, whatever they are, apparently that's good to get people to see these videos. So please do that.